Up next, we have a speaker who brings over 20 years of software engineering experience to the table. He currently serves as the lead software engineer at SafeLink and also works as a cloud and AI solutions consultant at Claude Sol Apps. With deep expertise in web application development using Python and Rails, he focuses on integrating large language models and other machine learning technologies to build and enhance intelligent business solutions. Today, he'll be sharing insights on intelligent image search using Amazon Bedrock. Let's all give a warm welcome to Sir R.D. Aram.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi, hello. I'm currently sharing my screen. Good evening, good evening. Okay, ayan. Ito na ba? Okay, so I assume yes. So, yan, good evening. No? I'm RD Aram. So, what do I do? Cloud and AI Solutions. And so today, gagawa tayo ng intelligent image search using Amazon Bedrock. Right, so let's get started. So ano ba yung intelligent image search? No? So imagine you have lots and lots of images and you want to search through the image. Problema, image siya hindi naman siya text, right? So it medyo well-defined na yung mga problems involving search text. With image, one old solution, I remember nakalimutan ko na kung anong social media to. You have to tag the image with your appropriate labels, right? For you to be able to search it. But with Amazon Bedrock, that is not necessary anymore. Right? So we will discuss how in a bit. But first, paano ko ba na-come up dito sa presentation na to? Because of Google Photos. So alam kong competing cloud si Google Photos, pero promise, one of the best apps I've used ever. So ang initial problem ko back then was, I just want to back my phone. Kasi may bago akong phone, I need to transfer all of my photos from one phone to the other. So when I installed Google Photos, automatic backup siya sa cloud, right? Later, I found out na pwede ka mag-search without adding labels. So parang upload, parang kuha ka lang nakuha ng picture. Kasi wala naman tayong time, di ba? Mag-tag lahat yan. Na ito, cake to, ito, graduation. So, nung nakita ko yung feature na yan, parang coming from a software developer perspective, wow, magic. Parang, bakit hindi na kaya? Wala akong idea. That was around 2018 of una ko nag-subscribe sa Google Photos. So, yes, ito yung example. No? Tinat ko receipts. Sa lahat ng resibo na pinicturean ko. Kasi mahilig, yun yung accounting process ko. Yung mga resibo, pipicturean. So, it's as if Google understand what each image means. Meron siya semantic, no? Tapos, for me, so sabi ni Arthur C. Clarke, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So for me, it's really magical. And up to now, I'm still amazed at the current technology that we have. But the good thing is, turns out, we can replicate that exact same feature with Amazon Bedrock. So parang Amazon Bedrock democratizes AI. So we as developers, we have access to AI features na before, mga malalaking companies lang yung may kayang gumawa. Right? So I have a demo. So it's actually live. You can go to the site at the moment and tinker with it. So yeah, so the site is image-ai.demo.cloudson. So I have pre-uploaded a couple of images there. So if you upload an image from Unsplash, it's a wedding photo. So yeah, upload siya. Hindi ko na nalagyan ng mga fancy React notification stuff. No? Kasi wala na oras. So mostly purely back-end code yung nandito. Tapos simple vanilla JavaScript lang. But if given more time, pwede natin i-react. So what I did, sinect ko na lang yung CloudWatch. Tinitingnan ko yung processing. So sabi niya, upload successful. Although, it takes more time. Like we have to wait around 10, 15 seconds for that image to appear. So kung napapansin nyo, if you hover on the image, yung description ng image nandun. See, we didn't put that. It's automatically placed there by Bedrock. So we will see in a bit kung paano nag-work together lahat ng architectural bits and pieces. I was trying to hover that picture, pero may CSS issue. Ayaw mag-tooltip ng part na yan. So, yeah. Pero may description yan. We will see in a bit. Yeah. Yung bottom part, walang tooltip. Ayaw kumagat. Pero if I type wedding, so I didn't tell the system that it's about weddings. Pero lumabas siya. Hindi ko alam, wala akong idea kung bakit yung hot air balloon. So I tried the word cute. And lumabas yung kitten. And I will hover in a bit. So I think may adorable kasi dun sa description. So I think adorable associate na with cute. And dito, yung anak ko yan, a very cute 10-year-old kid. Siguro yung young, associate niya with cute, kaya siya lumabas. So when you search for animals, yun, may aso. Tama naman, di ba? Aso, elk, tsaka tiger. So with flying, so lumabas ulit yung hot air balloon. Tsaka I think, hula ko lang, kaya lumabas yung fly kasi aerial photograph ito ng isang island. So kaya siya nag-match to. Right, so that's our demo. So the question now is, how do we do that, right? But, sige, not too fast na. So ano ba yung mapwede paggamitan ng technology nito, mas intelligent image search? Actually, technically, it's called semantic search na, pero mas madaling intindihin yung intelligent image search. So, semantic image search. One business use case would be sa e-commerce, kasi I've worked with an e-commerce company before. Saan damakmak na pictures. Meron kami in-house photographer, pinipicturean yung mga kaldero, mga baso, mga kitchenware, pinipicturean yung mga damit, may mga models na pasok sa company. And imagine the number of photos that we generate. Tapos mamimili doon, isa-isa. So if hanapin mo, sa napalino, no? Magandang picture ng lamesa. Diba? It's not a trivial task at times kung hindi ka organized. Another industry where we could use this, sa creatives. This is actually a former client of mine, Pool Party. They are associated with ABS-CBN, so yung mga shoots nila. So imagine, no, may artista ka, tapos photoshoot, sandamakmak na pictures yan. Di ba, wala ka ng time para i-categorize yan, i-sort by gender, or what have you, by age. Wedding photography. Isa pang booming business at sa mga dito na kinasal na. Tapos meron kayong nagpa-photograph kayo. Binigay sa inyo yung CD or flash drive ng lahat ng pictures. Ang dami, promise, ang dami. Ang tagal ko na-upload siya sa Google Photos. Naliki ko. Ang dami talaga. Ayun, journalism. So sa mga newscasters, or yung mga nasa field, yung mga interview, tapos picture. Kailangan din nila ng ways to to store and organize images. So how did we do it? Right? So this is the architecture of what we did. So I divided the architecture into two, no? The upload mechanism and the search mechanism para hindi masyadong complicated. So in the left side, we have a Python Django application deployed in Lambda API Gateway via Zappa. So sa mga nakagamit na dito na Zappa, or sa mga hindi pa nakagamit dito na Zappa, it's so good. Kasi given just from Django application, pwede mo siya gawing serverless. Yeah. Tapos what we do, we upload the image, this one, in S3. Right? Tapos sa S3, meron siyang notifications. When something gets uploaded, you can have a Lambda function listen to it and get the name of the image. Right? So once nakuha mo na yung name of the image, you can access Amazon Bedrock, step number 1, to describe the image later. Meron tayong in-depth discussion on this. So from image, it becomes text. Once it's text, pwede mo siya ipasok sa database. I didn't use Aurora serverless because of the cost. Hindi yung serverless kasi scale to 0 siya. Last time I used Aurora serverless to scale to 0.5 lang. We have changed, pero nag-migrate na ako sa ibang service. Once you have saved the description, you can get the embeddings from Bedrock. So later we will discuss what are embeddings. And once we got the embeddings, isi-save natin siya sa Pinecone, which is a vector database, which we will use later for comparison. Ito yung semantic comparison or comparing of intent or meaning. To describe image, ito yung napansin natin kanina. Given a cat, gagawin niyang paragraph. So how does that work? So what I did, so we have in Bedrock, there are several models available. And one multi-modal model that we have is Claude Sonnet. So this is the prompt that I used. So first I introduced, pinakilala ko na, this is the system that we're working on, so at least alam mo yung context. Then I told Bedrock, please describe this image in detail. Pay close attention to the icons and colors. So you can tweak this, this prompt. So for example, if you're working in the fashion industry, pay close attention to the clothes. Right? If you're working in wildlife photography, pay close attention to the animals and the fauna and flora of the picture. So yeah, pwede natin detail laruin yan. Sorry, may nakalimutan ako. Dito i-attach yung picture. So it accepts two types of input, text and image. So i-attach yung kaka-upload mo lang ng image dito. Right, yan. Kinuha ko lang itong screenshot na to emphasize that we're using Sonnet, Claude Sonnet. So far, ito yung pinakagusto ko model. I've tried MetaLlama, wala. May time na nalaro siya. Nabaliw siya na parang natatakot ka na parang gusto niyang i-conquer yung mundo. Kasi paulit-ulit siya na, I am the best in the universe, something like that. So, di ko alam kung nangyari doon. So, binitawan ko sila. Iyaw ko na sa kanya. Okay, next. So, get embeddings. So, give it ka na ng text. You have to convert it to something that the AI system can understand. The AI system understands numbers. So, these numbers are what we call vectors. So, these numbers have meaning to the system. Pretty sure wala siyang meaning para sa akin. Probably, yung first feature, it's happiness level. Second feature is seriousness tool. I have no idea. We have no way to know. But what we want to know, what we need to know now is that we need that, the embedding. So imagine, so our embeddings are 1024 size or feature. May 1024 features yung embeddings natin, at least yung galing sa Cohere. Pero we can flatten it into 2D. So parang lang ma-imagine natin. So imagine this word is apartment. So this is that vector. Another word, condominium. This is vector. This is that vector. And Lord Voldemort is the third vector. So we can see that apartment and condominium, they describe somehow the same concept, same meaning. So their angle is small, right? Compared to Lord Voldemort. Mas malaki yung angle. So this is not accurate, but this is to me, it's a clear description on what embeddings comparison, your comparisons via embeddings do. So, sorry. So, banggit ko na kanina, we are using Cohere. So, initially, dun sa ating inference LLM, ginamit natin ay Claude, Sonnet Claude. For the embeddings, we're using Cohere. It's just a lot better than other alternatives, Bedrock. With experience and the trial and error, Cohere yung pinaka nagustuhan ko. So that is the upload mechanism. So once you're done with the upload, it's now time to search, right? So again, we start with our Django application deployed in Lambda. We type animals. So we get another set of embeddings, or another embedding. Tapos, once we got that embedding, we now send it to Pinecone to search. Ano ba dito? Yung mga pinakamalapit na concepts or vectors, and give it back to me. Once it's back to me, I will search it in the database that we have. So ito yung search in vector DB. So ito yung Pinecone natin. Right? So basically, kinuha natin yung Pinecone results. Sinort natin yung values. Pero wala rin itong sense na. Kasi pag birthday natin sa database, nawala din yung sort. So, sorry. And, so hindi siya nakasort in score ngayon, in theory. Pero in future implementations, we really need to consider the score. So, ito pa na, possible improvements. So, I think, well, may isa kong project, it's a law. Para given ka ng isang Republic Act, we'll do some processing on that. I realized that if a text is stuck, it's more accurate. So, siguro, yung multiple paragraph descriptions na binabato ng described image, it could have been chunked, resulting in multiple embeddings, resulting in more accurate comparisons. If you've noticed, our model has a 5 MB limit. So this is the model of Sonnet, right? It has a 5 MB limit on files. So if you're dealing with large files, what we can do is create a thumbnail of that file first. Like I've tried PNG Quant, and it works. We can automate that in the Lambda handler. We can experiment on better prompts, as what I've mentioned. So depende sa industry, we can tweak that. I really planned on adding Cognito for login kasi I'm really afraid of people uploading questionable images. But yeah, go ahead, have fun. Siguro in the near future, I'll add Cognito. Wala lang more time for today. All right, so takeaways. Well, so I was building this. I started Monday. I was building this, and with other previous AI-enabled solutions. One thing that really stands out with an AI-enabled solution is it's really fuzzy. Unlike non-AI-enabled solutions, it's very algorithmic. It's very you're sure of what you're going to get. So, kaya tayo may unit tests, diba? If given A, you always get B all the time. With AI-enabled solutions, we don't have that assurance. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's correct, sometimes it's not. Even the best models out there, it's fuzzy. So you only use AI solutions if you are able to embrace the fuzziness. So if you are creating a solution for very mission critical things, siguro hindi para doon yung AI. Or if you really want to use that, you have to include a human in the loop to double check the results, a human expert in the loop. So kasi I realized, kahit na sa OpenAI or sa nakalimutan ko yung model, Copilot. Sa Copilot. So for the most part, like 85%, 90% of the time, their code is correct. 10% of the time, it's completely wrong. 10% of the time, they're making up things. So it needs a human expert to discern which one is correct and which one is not. So, nandun pa rin tayo sa point na yun na you cannot let AI on its own. Thank you. Again, if you want to play with the demo, it's up and running. And if you want to look at the source code, it's open source. Bahala kayo. I mean, you can look into the code, you can study it, you can fork it. It's up to you. So you can, it's in github.com, RDRM, tutorial, intelligent image search. Thank you very much. Sana may natutunan kayo. Back to you, Carla, Josh.
All right. Thank you, Sir RD, for that valuable and insightful session. Your talk definitely gave us a deeper understanding of intelligent image search and its practical applications. Sir, may question daw po si Ate Darla. So, Ate Darla, I'll give you the floor.
Let's go. Sige,
Okay,
sana mapasagot
sige.
ka.
Hi, Sir RD. First of all, we would
Hello.
like to thank you talaga for accepting our invite. It was really cool project, but I have siguro mga 3 questions lang.
Go
Hindi naman
ahead.
lang. Actually, I have 3 questions. And of course,
Sige,
we'll also
sige.
be accommodating questions from the attendees. Pero while waiting, no, I would just like to ask, how's the cost here? And is yung Pinecone po ba free?
Yes, ayan. Okay. So, galing ng question mo. Hindi ko nasama sa slide din eh. One major consideration when I was building this is the cost. So, lahat yan serverless. And in fact, it's true serverless. So, malaking debate dun sa word ng serverless na yun. Pero, when I say serverless kasi, it's when you scale to zero. Meaning, if you're not using it, you're not paying for it. So, that's why I used Neon over Aurora. That's why I used Pinecone. Meron din offering actually ang Amazon eh. Open search, I think. I'll double check. Pero yeah, then. Pero I didn't use them kasi meron silang monthly fees. With these technologies that we're using currently, it's pay as you go. If you're not using it, tulad ng perfect use case ito demos eh. If you're not using it, you're not paying anything. If you're using it, you pay something like $1, $2. Yet, dinoble check ko yung bill ko. Okay, I created a separate account for demos at $1.75 yung bill ko.
For the Lambda alone, yung mismo po bang paggamit ng Bedrock, meron din, for example, when you feed the images ba or something, may cost din po ba yun? Or yung $1 is like for the, lang po, like the Lambda
Lahat na
event triggers?
Yung $1.75 lahat na yun. Kasi ganun din si Bedrock eh. Si Bedrock, you pay as you go. So every invocation, if you're not invoking it, you're not paying. So Bedrock is super cool at honest.
So, you ano ko kasi tanong kasi na-curious talaga ako sa project. So you upload the picture sa Bedrock and then you get to tell Bedrock, hey, you should only accept itong size of the image para onti lang yung cost natin.
Hindi, yung 5 MB na yun is a limit pa, sonnet of the model. So it's hindi ako nagsabi na. It's a constraint on their end.
I see. So at least alam na natin if ever meron dito attendees na wanted to replicate also your project, no? Kasi it's a really good, actually, it's really good project kasi also to, alam mo yun, to show credentials or to stand out like what the first speaker said, diba? You should try out projects. And then, another, question. For this project, no, do we have to have strong foundations sa AWS or okay lang po ba to for beginners para lang din malaman ng attendees natin ano bang pwedeng self-assessment na parang okay sige I have this level of experience in AWS, I can definitely do this project.
Oo, medyo siguro kailangan familiar ka na sa AWS kasi ang dami ding ganap eh. Like I used CDK to set up everything and the CDK di kailangan mo ng roles dyan. Tapos, nagka-problema pa ako sa bucket na akong batik na ito kinigawa na kasi naka-block all traffic yung S3 na ina-uploadan. Tapos, may mga permission issues ako na-encounter na you have to be frank, it's an intermediate to advanced level. I mean, siguro kung nakapasa ka na ng solutions architect associate, siguro okay naman yun. Actually, lahat naman na-research na sa internet. So as long as you persist, I think you can do it.
Okay po. I have 2 more questions. Sir Robles, wait lang po. I have 2 more questions lang. The second to the last question is if I'd just like to clarify, yung Bedrock is to be used for creating the tags, like yung details for every image.
Yeah.
And then you use Pinecone to store the details po ba?
Yung embeddings, yes, you use Pinecone.
Yung embedded. And then you use another tool then for yung parang yung pag-calculate na parang how close it is. You show ang angle, right? So yung Bedrock is for creating tags lang talaga for the image.
Yung Pinecone yung similarity search.
Ayun, yeah, okay. So yung
Pinecone.
pinecone yung similarity. And then last question po, if ever po na there's no budget kasi most of our attendees here are students, no? Is there a way na kunyari gusto namin gumawa ng smart search engine like this one? Parang by photos or even by text, di ba? For example, I want to compile all my documents na parang may reporting ng gantong finance aspect. May free way po ba for this? Or parang like given na we can utilize the free tier ng Amazon, pero is there other way po for a free, alam mo yun, a free way to do if we want to create our own smart search engine?
Hindi ko alam eh, sorry, to be honest. I do not know.
I see. Pero again, no, like what Sir RD mentioned, no, there's always free resources in the internet where we can search then how to do a free way. Sige, thank you Sir RD. That's all my question. Ating poging host, meron tayong tanong, no? Meron din tayong AWS credits giveaway later sa mga mananalo ng icebreaker natin. So that's definitely a good way to get started. Imagine nyo, we're giving away $25 AWS credits. So imagine nyo yung project ni Sir RD, no? If you want to try it out, it's like $1 lang. So host, meron pa tayong another question from the audience. I'm gonna pass the mic to you. Thank you, Sir RD.
May nakita
I
akong
love
interesting
your
question.
project, super.
Thank you, Darla. Thank you. May nakita akong interesting question kanina kay Josh.
Yeah.
Kay Robles.
Go, Eman. You can read it out na.
Alright, so I'll read it out loud na lang po yung poging host babasahin. So, I'm curious, sir. I have yet to try Lambda, but can you really deploy a web app using Django or any Python web frameworks, such as Flask or Fast API with Lambda? So, like using templates such as Jinja, etc.
Yes, and yes. Kasi yun yung gamit ko ngayon. Pwede ba mag-present? May papakita lang.
Sure, go. Sure thing lang po, sir.
Sige. In fact, actually, dahil paulit-ulit ko na siyang ginagawa, meron akong blog entry. So, how to deploy Django on AWS Lambda. Yeah. So, sa mga interested pa. So, lahat ng projects ko at yung Django on AWS Lambda, API Gateway, and so forth and so on. So, yung serverless stack. Right? So, dito siya. Zappa yung gamit ko. Na-try ko rin yung Flask. Gumagana rin yung Flask. So, Django and Flask, nag-work siya sa Lambda. So, yeah. For further reading, you can visit this link.
And so, hello po. Meron din pong another question from Mr. John Lester Necesito.
Sure.
Awesome talk daw po. I haven't tried Bedrock yet. What do you think makes it stand out or edge compared to platforms like Vertex AI or Azure AI?
Okay. Sige, to be frank, ang pinaka-advantage talaga ng Bedrock, yung integration niya with the AWS ecosystem. Kasi yun nga, meron siyang roles, yung security top-notch siya. Tapos pwede mo na siya integrate sa kahit saan. Pagdating sa LLM performance, I think OpenAI pa rin yung pinaka-performant AI. So, yung OpenAI, meron Azure version ng Azure OpenAI. Isa yun sa gamit namin sa isa kong client. Although, the thing is, if you want something that is good enough, kasi minsan hindi mo naman kailangan ng best, diba? You just want something good that's good enough and part of the AWS ecosystem. Yung Sonnet, Haiku, Cohere, yun, I think it can solve a lot of problems already. It's production ready.
Alright, sir. Meron pong isang nagpapatanong, anonymous na lang po siya.
Okay.
Ano raw po thoughts niyo sa vibe coding?
Okay. Sige. Thoughts on vibe coding. Ganito yan. In my opinion, AI is a tool, right? Tapos, if it makes you productive, why not? But, so dapat tool lang siya. So, nandun pa rin yung human element. So, you should be able, tulad na sabi ko kanina, you should be able to discern kung tama or mali yung sinasabi ng code. If you cannot explain it yourself, then ibig sabihin, you have to upgrade yourself muna. You have to learn bakit ba ito yung sinasabi ng AI. Kasi nga, darating ang time, may mga sinasabi sa AI na kabulastugan, you have to catch it. And if you don't know it, you won't be able to catch it. So, yes, use cautiously. Use it properly. Use properly. Ang vibe coding, sobrang laking production improvement. Especially pag nilagay na siya sa seniors and mid developers. Sobrang yung kaya na isa, yung dating 1,000, kaya siya rin 2 araw. Kasi, promise. Danger lang talaga pag yung juniors masyadong nag-rely sa vibe coding. Baka hindi na sila, hindi nila ma-determine kung ano yung tama't maling code. Tapos pag wala na yung tool, mahirapan sila. So yun. In short, use responsibly.
All right. Thank you, Sir RD, for your talk. And we really appreciate you being here today. And sobrang ramdam ko po yung enthusiasm niyo about your talk. And we
you.
really, I appreciate po talaga, sir. So that concludes 2 of our speakers for today. And before we continue, just a quick reminder about day 2, our on-site workshop, which is going to happen on May 22, 2025. And sir, before we say goodbye, can we ask for your social media platforms na pwede kayo makontak about stuff or about topics po?
I'm on LinkedIn. So linkedin.com/im/rd.ara.
All right. Thank you so much po, sir, no? So ayun nga, kanina ko pa sinasabi guys, yung dito natin, which is our on-site workshop, which will happen on May 22, 2025 at the AW office in Arthaland. This hands-on session will be led by Donnie Pracaso, our principal developer advocate at AWS, and perfect siya sa mga gustong mag-dive into AI and ML. So, Sir RD, thank you so much po ulit for your time today. We appreciate you being here as well as your talk for today. So, please wait for further announcement po dun sa mga nag-apply doon sa day 2 to confirm if you're